What is your job here at Western, and how did you become interested in zero waste?
So my job here on campus is the Zero Waste Coordinator in the Office of Sustainability. And I found the program because I came to Western to study business and sustainability. I was born and raised in Leavenworth, Washington, which is a tourist attraction. And downtown Leavenworth doesn't have recycling or composting for its businesses except for cardboard recycling. And I saw a huge need for businesses to take responsibility in how they were contributing to consumerism in a wasteful society.
Awesome. Did you know like how much food is wasted per day?
Yeah, so I don't know the exact numbers. The only statistic that I remember specifically is that like if every student at Western, so 15,000 students, were able to sit down in a dining hall together, we would waste enough food to feed a person for an entire year in one meal.
Okay. So how is Western trying to reduce waste here on campus?
So specifically with food waste, all of the food that goes down a conveyor belt in the dining halls is composted, including like napkins and stuff. We work with the Sanitary Services Company, which is Bellingham's garbage company, and they do a Food Plus program, which is industrial composting through Green Earth Technologies, which is located in Linden. And so they can take meat and bones and grains and fruit and vegetables and compostable plastics as well. So Avenue bread clamshells, coffee cups and their lids, and the plastic utensils on our campus, stuff like that is all totally compostable. And then everywhere that food is sold on campus, except for the rec center, there's a compost bin available for you to compost whatever is left. And then dining is very specific about how they prepare food. So they always use as much of the food as they can, and they make a point to use things before they expire, and that sort of thing. And then after meals, they always assess what's left over. So if there's like a whole bunch of mac and cheese left over, then they're going to assume that students didn't like the mac and cheese very much, or it wasn't a popular choice. So they'll produce less of it the next time. And then there's also been a student-led program called the Food Waste Recovery Network, and they collect food on Friday evenings from markets on campus, like Miller Market or Ernst, and take the packaged food that would have expired over the weekend, and they take it down to the homeless shelter in Bellingham.
How has food waste increased or decreased over the past few years you've been here?
Yeah, so before I came to Western, we actually had trays in the dining halls so that you could carry like multiple plates and your drink and other things. And now you have to just carry whatever your hands can hold. And so that restriction, I think, makes people subconsciously think more about how much food they take, because then you have to decide whether or not you're actually going to get up and wait in line again for more food. And so that has significantly decreased the amount of food waste that happens on the consumer side of things.
Mm-hmm. All food that is used in the dining hall is composted, right?
Yeah, because of the industrial composting program that we're part of. If you were to do like backyard composting, you're really only supposed to compost like fruits and vegetables
Organic,
and that sort of thing. Yeah. So being able to compost meats and grains and bones is a huge step.
Yeah, that's great. Is there anything else you think would be beneficial to our project?
I mean, something that I think is interesting, it's not exactly, it is food waste related, but the food waste that happens not because we're wasting food, but because we buy packaged food.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I'm really interested in, is how we reduce waste before it even like eliminate the idea of waste. So if you're able to buy your food at the co-op or something, you can bring in your own containers and tear them and then fill those up instead of buying packaged foods, which is a really cool opportunity that we have here in Bellingham. Or even if you shop at like Fred Meyer or Winco or something, you can reuse the bags that you fill in the bulk section, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like literally food waste.
Yeah. So there's more waste associated with food than just what we produce in the dining halls. It's actually like 20 to 40% of food in the U.S. Doesn't even make it to a consumer. It's thrown away beforehand, because we have these ridiculous expectations of how attractive a banana should look or something. And so that's kind of an interesting thing to consider. And I think the biggest thing that we can do as students is just become more aware of these issues, because waste is one of those things that's been like taboo.
And so we don't think about it or talk about it because it's like dirty and kind of gross. But the more that we can accept that wasting is something that we do, I think the more power we'll have to change it.